So I want you to imagine a closet in your house.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
And I'm not talking about the nice organized closet right by the front door.
Right. Not the one with the fancy shoes.
Exactly. Not the one where you keep your best coats for guests to see. I mean the hidden one.
Oh, the junk closet.
Yeah, the one way down the hall, maybe it's in the spare bedroom or the basement. The one where for years you've just been tossing every ugly, broken, or, messy thing you own.
We all have one of those.
We really do. And you know the drill with this closet. You find something you just do not want to deal with.
Like an old box of papers or, I don't know, a broken lamp.
Right. And you shove it all in there. You use your shoulder to literally force the door shut.
Because it's so full.
Exactly, because it's bursting. You turn the lock and you just walk away. And you think to yourself, great, my house is perfectly clean now.
But it's not.
No, it's not. Because deep down in your gut, you know that closet is entirely full of heavy junk.
Yeah, you can feel it sitting there.
And you know it's just waiting to spill out the second someone turns that knob.
That is a really heavy, very real feeling.
It totally is.
Because, you can ignore a mess for a long time. You can pretend it isn't there at all.
Just walk right past the door every day.
Right. But ignoring a problem doesn't mean it magically disappears.
No, it just gets worse.
Exactly. Eventually, the pressure behind that door builds up so much that the wood literally cracks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the hinges just give out and the door bursts wide open.
And suddenly, without any warning, all that messy stuff is right there on the floor.
You can't ignore it anymore?
No, you trip over it, you're staring right at it, and you have absolutely no choice but to finally deal with it.
It's a huge moment.
It is. Welcome back to Horoscope TV, everyone. Today, we are opening that door.
We are definitely opening it.
We are looking directly at the astrological charts to see exactly what April holds for anyone out there listening who has the zodiac sign of Scorpio.
And that closet metaphor, honestly, the perfect way to start our conversation today.
I thought it really fit the energy.
It totally fits, because our mission for this forecast is to guide you through a very intense, very real journey this month.
It's not a light and fluffy month, is it?
No, not at all. When we analyze the astro data for April, it shows a month filled with massive personal changes for you.
Like deep down changes.
Exactly. We're going to talk about dealing with incredibly intense feelings and doing the hard work of breaking bad habits.
Which is never easy.
It's so hard. But ultimately, we're going to talk about using all of that hard work to build real, lasting security in your life.
That sounds amazing.
It is. We're going to analyze the chart step by step to help you navigate all of it.
So you don't feel lost when these shifts start happening.
Right, because being prepared changes everything.
It's going to be a huge month, and I honestly can't wait to get into all the details.
Me either.
But before we get to the really heavy emotional lifting, I want to quickly share a few fun, helpful facts.
Oh, yes, the quick data points.
Yeah, straight from the astro data, just some things to keep in the back of your mind as you move through your days in April.
These are always so good to have.
First up, the charts give us a specific color of the month for you.
And it's a really good one this time.
It is. It's maroon. And if you work with computers or like graphic design, the exact color con is hashtag 800,000er.
So specific.
Very specific.
And it's a very dark, rich, grounded red color.
How would you describe it to someone trying to picture it?
Well, think of the color of a really dark, ripe cherry.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe like a heavy velvet blanket in a quiet room.
I love that image. It feels very cozy, but also powerful.
Exactly. The charts strongly suggest that you should keep this color around you for good energy all month long.
So what are some simple ways to do that?
It can be really easy. Maybe you just pick out a maroon shirt to wear on a day when you have an important meeting at work.
Just to feel a bit more confident.
Right. Or maybe just buy a dark red coffee mug and keep it on your desk.
I like that. It's just a little visual anchor to help keep you grounded when things get chaotic.
Exactly. Just a small reminder.
And the charts also highlight your lucky numbers for the month.
People always love these.
I know, they're so fun to look out for. So keep your eyes peeled for 7, 11, 20, 39, 48, and 53.
Those are great numbers.
Yeah, and you might notice them totally randomly.
They're like at the store.
Right, maybe the total on your grocery receipt comes out to exactly $39.
Or you glance at your phone, right?
Yeah, you look at your phone and it's 7:11 in the morning, right when you're making a big decision about your day.
It's just a small sign that you're on the right track.
It really is. And finally, you will want to mentally mark your calendars for the 2 most important dates of the entire month.
These are the big ones.
They are April 3 and April 30.
Those two dates act like giant pillars holding up the entire month.
They really do.
The astrological data points to them over and over again.
When I was looking over the charts, it felt like April 3 is the starting gun of a very wild race.
That's a great way to put it.
And then April 30 is the finish line where you finally, get to catch your breath.
Yeah, they really frame the whole story of your month.
But to actually understand what happens between that starting line and that finish line, we first have to look inward.
We do.
Because April doesn't start with outside events like a new job or a party.
No, it's totally internal.
It starts with some very heavy feelings bubbling up from the inside of your own mind.
It absolutely does. The general personal forecast, which is basically the overall weather pattern of your internal life right now.
Right.
It really focuses on the first and last weeks of April.
So let's analyze the charts for April 3. This is that starting line you mentioned.
Okay, let's dive into it.
On this specific day, the planet Venus squares Pluto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let's break down what that actually means mechanically in the sky.
Because squares sounds a bit intense.
It is. Imagine you're looking at a giant clock face.
Okay, got the clock in my head.
Venus is sitting right at the 12,
Top of the clock.
and Pluto is sitting over at the 3.
Oh, I see.
They form a sharp 90-degree angle. And in astrology, that angle is called a square.
And a square usually means trouble, right? Or at least like friction.
Yeah, a lot of friction.
It's like two cars meeting at an intersection and neither one wants to hit the brakes.
That is a great way to picture it. It creates a massive amount of pressure.
So we have the pressure. What about the planets themselves?
Well, we have to look at the planets involved. Pluto is actually your ruling planet.
Which means it's super important for you.
Extremely important.
Yeah.
It's the planet that naturally guides your sign. And Pluto, it represents the underworld.
Wow, okay. The underworld.
Yeah, it rules our secrets, our hidden desires, and our need for absolute control.
Heavy stuff.
Very heavy. Venus, on the other hand, is the planet of love, comfort, and the things we value most in life.
So the nice stuff.
Exactly. So when they square off, your desire for love and comfort gets totally tangled up with Pluto's intense need for absolute control.
That sounds like a really messy combination.
It is. It brings very heavy, buried emotions right to the surface.
Just like that messy closet we talked about at the beginning.
Yes, the door bursts open.
So how does this actually feel for the person listening? Because saying heavy emotions can mean, a lot of different things.
It can, but for a Scorpio, this will likely feel like a sudden, intense wave of jealousy.
Really? Just out of nowhere.
Yes. Or you might feel an overwhelming, almost desperate need to control a difficult situation.
Let's paint a picture of how this looks in the real world, just to make it clear.
Got it.
Let's say something at your job is feeling a bit chaotic.
Okay, like a messy project.
Yeah. Maybe your boss hasn't given you clear instructions, or a project is falling behind schedule.
That's stressful.
Or maybe things in your friend group feel a little weird and people are, whispering.
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
Your immediate reaction, driven by this April 3 energy, will be to step in and try to manage every single tiny detail.
You want to fix it.
But you won't just want to fix the problem.
Yeah.
You will want to control how people act, what they say, and even what they think.
Yeah, you want to pull all the strings.
Because feeling out of control makes you feel totally unsafe.
Exactly.
But going back to the messy room analogy, if you try to control everything without dealing with the root issue, you're just shoving the junk back into the closet and leaning against the door again.
Which we know doesn't work.
Right. You can't clean a messy room in the dark.
You really can't.
You have to pull all the broken items out, hold them up in the bright light, acknowledge that they are ugly and broken, and actually feel the frustration of the mess before you can clean it up.
That's a beautiful way to say it. And the charts demand that you face these feelings bravely.
No hiding.
No hiding.
Uh-huh.
When you feel that jealousy bubbling up in your chest,
It feels terrible.
or when you feel that powerful urge to control your coworkers or your partner, you must not give in to it.
You just have to sit with it.
You have to. You cannot manipulate the people around you to make yourself feel more secure.
Even if it's tempting.
It will completely backfire if you do. The astrological data is very clear on this. Honest talking is the only way to find inner peace right now.
So what does that sound like? Does that mean just walking up to someone and saying, hey, I'm feeling incredibly jealous right now?
Basically, yes.
Because that takes a massive amount of courage. Most people would rather do, literally anything else than admit they feel insecure.
It takes huge courage, but yes, that's exactly what it sounds like. If you're jealous, you have to admit it.
Out loud.
Out loud. If you're scared of losing control of a project, you have to say it out loud to your team.
That sounds terrifying.
It is, but saying it out loud takes the secret power away from Pluto.
Oh, I see.
It pulls the monster out from under the bed and turns on the lights, and then you realize it's just a pile of laundry, not a monster.
Oh. Okay, so that's the homework for the start of the month. Shine a light on the ugly feelings.
Exactly.
But this energy doesn't just fade away after April 3, right? The charts show this pressure keeps building up over the next few weeks.
It does. It builds and builds all the way until we hit April 25, so almost the whole month.
Yeah. On this day, the sun squares Pluto.
Okay, another square. We talked about a square being a point of massive friction.
Yes, the two cars at the intersection. Well, the sun represents your core identity, your ego, who you truly are.
The center of yourself.
Right. So when your core self clashes with Pluto's hidden shadows, it creates a massive test of your willpower and your personal strength.
I was reading ahead of the charts, and it talks about the goal of April 25 being the complete destruction of an old toxic habit.
Yes, destroying it entirely.
And we really need to talk about how hard it is to break a habit.
It's one of the hardest things a person can do.
Because our brains are literally wired to keep habits alive. Our brains absolutely love efficiency.
They want the easy route.
Exactly. If you have a habit of doom scrolling on your phone for 2 hours every night before bed,
Which so many of us do. Or a habit of thinking terrible, mean things about yourself. Every time you look in the mirror, your brain thinks, oh, this is the road we always take. It's paved. It's easy.
it's familiar.
Right. Trying to stop that habit is like forcing your brain to walk through a thick, messy forest instead of taking the paved road.
You have to hack your way through the branches.
It feels exhausting. Your body and your brain will fight you to keep that bad habit alive.
That is the perfect explanation of why April 25 will feel so uncomfortable.
It's not going to be a fun day.
No, it's extremely uncomfortable to walk through that thick forest. But the charts show this process is totally necessary.
You have to do it.
You have to tear down the old rotting wood before you can build a strong new house.
That makes sense.
You are destroying this toxic habit, whether it's physical, like, drinking too much caffeine, or like self-doubt,
You're clearing it out.
so that a brand new, healthier version of you can be born. You will feel deeply tested on April 25.
You'll want to take the easy road.
You will want to give up and go back to the paved road. But the Astra data promises that you have the internal strength to pass this test.
And if you can just hold on and push through that forest, the reward for doing that hard work comes just a few days later.
The light at the end of the tunnel.
Which brings us to that second super important dead of the month, April 30.
The finish line.
On this day, the moon enters your own sign of Scorpio. Let's explain what that means.
The moon represents our deepest emotional needs, our intuition, and how we comfort ourselves.
Our soft center.
Yes. So when the moon moves into your own sign, it's like your emotions are finally coming home after a long, exhausting trip.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
It is, after a whole month of doing this very hard internal work.
Facing the jealousy, avoiding manipulation.
Breaking those toxic habits, your hidden desires finally come into a positive, beautiful spotlight.
You finally get a break.
You do. You will feel incredibly intuitive. You will feel totally connected to the spiritual world around you.
Like things finally make sense.
Almost like you can hear your own heart beating clearly for the first time in weeks.
I really want to paint a picture of what this looks like based on the data.
Please do.
Because after everything you just went through in April, this sounds like pure heaven.
It really is a reward.
The perfect way to spend the night of April 30 is to have a quiet evening completely alone.
Yes, solo time.
Tell your friends you're busy, turn off your phone and put it in another room, light a candle,
Set the mood.
maybe put on some soft music, or maybe just sit in the total silence of your living room.
Just breathe.
You just sit there and listen to your own soul. You don't try to fix anything, you don't try to control anything.
You just exist.
Yes, you just exist. After fighting through all that darkness, you finally get to sit with yourself and feel totally, completely renewed.
It's a moment of deep, profound peace.
It sounds so necessary.
But, while it's wonderful to find that peace inside yourself, it's important to remember that we don't live in a vacuum.
No, we interact with people every day.
Right. These deep, hidden feelings, that intense desire for control we talked about, and even this newfound peace,
Yeah.
they don't just stay trapped inside your own head.
Oh, definitely not. When you're feeling heavy or controlling, or even when you're feeling totally renewed, it naturally spills over into the way you treat the people around you,
It affects everyone.
especially the people you love the most. which transitions us perfectly into the romance charts for April.
This is a big section of the charts.
When you start opening up those hidden closets in your own mind, it changes the way you let other people into your house, so to speak.
Exactly. Our internal world creates our external relationships.
That is so true.
And the theme for your love life this month revolves around romantic passion, healing old trust issues, and really figuring out who is the right match for you.
And we have some very specific data on that.
We do. We're going to compare your absolute best match in the zodiac right now, which is Taurus,
Okay, Taurus is the winner.
with your absolute worst match, which is Aquarius.
Uh-oh. Good to know. But before we name names and get into specific types of people, let's talk about the general atmosphere of love in the middle of the month.
Because the energy shifts a lot.
Yeah, the charts show things get incredibly hot around April 16. What's happening in the sky?
Let's analyze April 16. On this day, Mars forms what we call a positive sextile with Pluto.
Okay, let's explain those terms for everyone.
Sure. We know Pluto is your ruling planet, representing that deep, intense power.
Right, the underworld planet.
Mars is the planet of action, physical drive, and heat.
So high energy.
Very high. When they form a sextile, it means they're sitting at a 60-degree angle from each other in the sky.
And is that a good angle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unlike a square, which causes friction and car crashes, a sextile is like two planets having a really smooth, easy conversation.
They're getting along.
They're cooperating perfectly. So when the planet of physical drive cooperates with your planet of deep power, it gives you massive physical energy and an intense romantic drive.
It's like someone flips a switch and you suddenly have this fearless, mysterious charm about you.
You really do.
It's the kind of energy where you walk into a crowded room, you don't even say a word, and people just naturally look at you.
You have presence.
Exactly. If you're single, the astro data says you have a magnetic pull right now.
You can attract pretty much anyone you want.
Because confidence is intoxicating.
It really is.
And if you're already in a relationship or married, April 16th is the absolute perfect time to renew your physical and emotional bond.
Absolutely.
Don't waste this energy watching TV on the couch. Plan a romantic night out. Reconnect.
It's a very exciting, very raw energy.
But there's a catch, right?
There is. Here's the thing about raw passion. It burns very hot, and it burns very fast.
Like a bonfire.
Exactly. You can't sustain that level of intensity forever.
Eventually the fire burns out.
Right. As we move just a few days later
Mm.
to April 20, the energy totally changes.
What happens on the 20th?
On this day, the sun moves out of the fiery sign of Aries and enters the steady earth sign of Taurus.
Oh, the big shift.
A huge shift, and this lights up the relationship sector in your astrological charts.
So the weather pattern changes. We go from wild, magnetic passion to something much more grounded.
Yes, the focus shifts to steady, practical loyalty.
And this is exactly why we need to talk about Taurus. For you, this month, Taurus is the absolute best match you could possibly find.
Let's introduce the Taurus energy to the listener, because it's so important right now.
Yeah, if you're currently dating a Taurus, if you're married to one, or if you're single and looking for one, you really need to understand what they bring to the table.
They bring a lot of stability.
They really do.
Yeah.
A Taurus offers rock-solid loyalty and physical comfort.
They aren't about playing games.
No games at all. And honestly, that is exactly what your intense, sometimes chaotic, emotional nature is craving right now.
Let's look at the timeline of how a Taurus actually supports you this month.
Okay, let's map it out.
Let's rewind back to April 3. Remember when you have those heavy, dark feelings of jealousy bubbling up from that messy closet?
Right, the tough starting line where you just want to control everything and everyone.
A Taurus is the person who won't get scared away by that.
That's huge.
It is. When you're having a heavy emotional day, a Taurus will just sit beside you on the couch, hold your hand, and keep you grounded.
They don't try to fix it or run away.
They won't freak out. They won't run away. They are an earth sign, which means they're rooted like a giant tree.
So you can't push them over.
Exactly. You can blow all your emotional wind at them, and they aren't going to fall over.
I love that tree analogy.
Then jump forward to April 20, when the sun actually enters Taurus.
Right, the grounded energy day.
The charts show that the two of you will enjoy good food, soft blankets, and quiet, relaxing evenings at home together.
Just pure comfort.
No drama at all.
And then the charts show something really sweet happening on April 24.
Yes, this is a fun day.
Venus, the planet of love, meets up with Uranus, the planet of sudden changes and
A
surprises.
good kind of surprise.
Yeah, on this day, your Taurus partner might completely surprise you. They might bring home a sweet gift for no reason or plan a really fun, unexpected date just to show you how much they care about you.
It's a beautiful progression in the charts. It shows how trust is built slowly through steady actions.
But I have to ask a question here. Let me play devil's advocate for a
Oh,
second.
go for it.
Because I know how human psychology works.
Right.
Sometimes, especially for someone who is used to intense, heavy feelings and a little bit of
Like
chaos.
a Scorpio.
Right. When things get very steady and very practical, we mistake that quiet security for boredom.
Oh, that happens all the time.
If there isn't a fire to put out, we start to wonder if the relationship is dead.
We panic.
Yeah. So how do you appreciate the steady, quiet love of a Taurus without trying to poke at them? Picking a silly fight just to stir up drama and make things feel exciting again.
That is such a common trap, and it's a very dangerous one. People who grew up with chaos often feel anxious when things are quiet.
Because quiet used to mean something bad was coming.
Exactly. But the charts show that Taurus proves to you, through their daily actions, that they are totally trustworthy.
You just have to let them prove it.
You have to actively retrain your brain to realize that peace is not boredom. Peace is a safe place to rest your head.
That's a beautiful way to think about it.
You, the Scorpio,
Mhm.
bring the deep emotional passion to the relationship. Taurus brings the absolute security.
A perfect balance.
And when you put those two things together, you build a foundation that can survive any storm. You do not need to create a storm just to check if the roof leaks.
Wow. You don't need to create a storm to check if the roof leaks? That is incredible advice.
It's true, you can just sit on the couch and enjoy the warm house.
Do not poke holes in your own boat, people, because if you really want a storm, if you really want to see what chaos looks like, you can just look at the worst match for this month.
Yes, we need to talk about Aquarius.
We have to warn you about this match in the astro data. It's a rough one.
The charts are very clear on this. Aquarius is the absolute hardest match for you right now.
Why is that?
The core problem is that Aquarius is an air sign. They are very logical, very intellectual, and naturally emotionally detached.
They live entirely in their heads, not in their hearts.
Exactly. They just want a casual, easygoing friendship and a massive amount of personal space.
Which is the opposite of what you want.
Right. You have highly sensitive feelings and a deep need for intense soul merging.
You want to know everything about
You
them.
want to know their deepest secrets, their childhood fears, everything. And they just want to talk about abstract ideas or social issues.
It's a massive mismatch of needs.
Let's walk through the timeline of trouble with an Aquarius this month because the charts map it out perfectly.
Okay, where does it start?
It starts on April 10th. The moon is in Aquarius.
And how does that play out?
You're going to feel like they are completely ignoring your deep emotional needs.
Oh, that hurts.
Imagine you send them a long, heartfelt text message. You pour your heart out about how you're feeling a little lost or insecure.
A really vulnerable text.
Yes. You hit send and you wait. And 3 hours later, they reply with something like, "Oh, wow, that is crazy. Anyway, did you see the news today?" And completely change the subject.
Ouch. That is so brutal.
It hurts because it feels incredibly dismissive. You feel like you're invisible to them.
And I bet that tension doesn't just go away.
No, it builds.
Fast forward to April 25.
Okay, April 25. Remember, listeners, this is the day the sun squares Pluto. We talked about this earlier. It's that massive test of your willpower.
Right. On this day, you might push an Aquarius to open up, and they will flat out refuse to share their deep feelings with you.
Hey, just lock the door.
And this clash of wills is going to cause a massive, angry argument.
You're desperately pushing them to open up the door, and they are busy building a solid brick wall in front of it.
Exactly. It's the classic chasing and running away dynamic.
And the more you chase, the faster they run. Yes. And the very next day, April 26, Uranus moves into the sign of Gemini.
And what does that do to the situation?
Well, Uranus brings sudden changes, and Gemini brings restless energy. This makes the Aquarius act totally erratic.
So they get even more distant.
Instead of staying home to fix the relationship and talk through the argument, they might suddenly decide they need to go join a new social cause.
Why? Just out of nowhere.
Yes, they'll spend the entire weekend planning a community garden with absolute strangers, totally ignoring you.
Oh, that would make me so mad. That makes you feel anxious, ignored, and completely jealous.
The actionable advice from the charts is very simple here, but it's hard to execute.
What is it?
Trying to force a deep emotional connection with an emotionally detached person is only going to cause you severe pain. You have to walk away.
You just have to let it go.
You cannot make a logical person feel your deep emotions just by arguing with them louder.
It doesn't work that way.
It's like trying to teach a fish to fly. You just go
Right.
exhaust yourself.
Walk away and save your energy, because the end of the month brings such beautiful healing for your heart if you're open to receive it.
Yes, April 28 is a beautiful day.
On April 28, Venus forms a trine with Pluto.
Let's explain a trine.
Yeah, we haven't covered that one yet.
A trine is when two planets are 120 degrees apart, forming a perfect, harmonious triangle in the sky.
So it's a good thing.
It's the luckiest, most flowing energy in astrology. When the planet of love forms a perfect triangle with your ruling planet of deep power, it creates a massive wave of passion.
It's a completely healing energy.
It really is.
Whether you're sitting on the couch with that steady Taurus, or whether you walked away from the Aquarius and you're single and just learning to trust yourself again, this transit heals past trust issues.
It repairs the damage.
It creates a profound soul connection, either with a partner or with your own heart. It feels like finally stepping outside and breathing fresh air after being stuck in a stuffy, dark room.
It's a moment of total emotional safety.
And here's where human psychology gets really interesting.
Oh, tell me.
When you finally feel emotionally safe, when you aren't stuck in survival mode, worrying about if someone loves you or if they're going to abandon you, your nervous system actually relaxes.
Finally let your guard down.
Right. And when your nervous system relaxes, you naturally start looking at your actual physical survival.
You look around your life.
You start wanting to build a secure, comfortable future. You want to make sure your home is safe, your pantry is full, and your life is stable.
It's the hierarchy of needs.
Exactly. Which transitions us perfectly into the astro data for your money and your bank accounts.
That's a brilliant connection. Security in love very often leads directly to a desire for security in finances.
Because you actually have the energy for it now.
You have the mental space to focus on it.
Mm.
The main themes for your money charts this month are growing your personal wealth, making smart, deeply researched investments, and potentially even finding wealthy mentors to work with.
Okay, let's go all the way back to the first week of April to see how this starts. On April 5, the moon enters the sign of Sagittarius.
Sagittarius is a fire sign known for being incredibly optimistic, expansive, and hopeful.
Very positive energy.
Very positive. When the moon, which rules our feelings, moves into this sign, your focus completely shifts toward your personal wealth and your daily income.
So you start thinking about your paycheck.
You are going to wake up on April 5 feeling very hopeful and very optimistic about your ability to make more cash.
You won't feel weighed down by bills. You'll feel excited by possibilities.
It's a great mindset to have.
And the actionable advice here is to ride that wave of optimism. Don't let it go to waste.
You have to use it.
On April 5, I want you to sit down at your kitchen table with a pen and a blank piece of paper and set brand new financial goals.
Write them down physically.
Look for exciting new ways to grow your bank account. Ask yourself, do you want to save for a big trip?
Or a new car.
Right. Do you want to build a 6-month emergency fund so you never have to stress about a flat tire again? Write it down.
The charts show that having this specific positive attitude will actually attract massive abundance to you.
It's basic psychology, really. When you are looking for opportunities instead of looking at roadblocks, your brain actually spots ways to make money that you would have otherwise missed.
Optimism is an incredibly powerful tool, but it must be paired with real action.
You can't just sit there and hope.
You can't just wish for money. You have to plan for it. And the charts give you the absolute perfect tool for taking action in the middle of the month.
Let's analyze April 18.
Okay, on this day, Mercury sextiles Pluto.
We already know that a sextile is a smooth, cooperative conversation between planets.
Right. And Mercury is the planet of the mind. It rules how we think, how we communicate, and how we handle details.
So it's your brain power.
When the planet of sharp thinking connects smoothly with your ruling planet of deep, hidden power, you get a very sharp mind for deep financial research.
You basically become a total detective with your money. You can see through the fluff and find the actual facts.
Yes, you will easily uncover hidden ways to save money.
Like finding out you're paying for subscriptions you never use.
Exactly. Or if you've been looking to start a side hustle or pitch a new business idea, you might suddenly discover a highly profitable new strategy that nobody else has thought of.
You just see things clearly.
You have to trust this analytical brain right now. Your instincts on April 18 are totally 100% accurate.
I want to give a real-world example of exactly how to use this energy because it's so practical.
I love real-world examples.
Let's say your car has been making a really weird noise for a week and you know you need to take it in for a major repair.
which is always so stressful.
So stressful. Or maybe your refrigerator just died and you need to buy a new appliance for your kitchen.
Big purchase.
Right. Whatever it is, do not just walk into the first store you see, point at a shiny box, and hand over your credit card.
No, don't do that.
Use that April 18 energy. Before you leave the house, sit down and spend 2 hours researching online.
Read everything.
Read the deep reviews, check the competitor prices, learn the actual value of the parts you need.
Find out what the labor should actually cost.
Yes. Then, walk into that dealership or that mechanic shop, sit in that uncomfortable plastic chair, look them right in the eye, and negotiate a much better deal.
Because you have the facts?
Exactly. When they try to upcharge you, you will know exactly what you're talking about, and you will save a lot of cash.
That is the perfect way to use that transit. You are blending your deep, intense focus with practical, real-world financial gain.
You're taking control in a very healthy way.
And here's where it gets even better. This intense focus doesn't just help you when you're sitting alone at your computer.
It attracts other people, right?
It attracts powerful, helpful people to you. Let's look further down the calendar to April 26.
On April 26, the sun sextiles the node. Now, you'll have to explain what the node is because that's not a planet.
Right, the node isn't a physical planet. It's a mathematical point in the sky.
Okay, a point in the sky.
In astrology, the North Node represents our destiny, our ultimate path forward, and the lessons we are supposed to learn in this lifetime.
The big picture stuff.
Yes. When the Sun, representing your poor self, forms a positive, flowing connection with this point of destiny, it brings a helpful financial mentor or a wealthy business partner right into the picture for you.
Someone to help guide you.
This isn't a scammer. This is someone who has already achieved the exact financial goals you are striving for, and they genuinely want to help you get there.
But wait, hold on. I have to push back here for a second because we're talking about human nature.
Okay, push back.
Earlier, we spent a lot of time talking about your strong desire to control situations. We talked about how when things feel chaotic, you want to step in and manage every single tiny detail yourself.
Right, the April 3 energy.
So how hard is it going to be for someone listening to actually sit back, stop talking, and take advice from a financial mentor?
Very hard.
Because giving up control of your money or admitting you don't know the best way to invest it sounds absolutely terrifying for someone who wants to hold all the cards.
You're absolutely right. It will likely feel very uncomfortable at first. Your instinct will be to question them, to push back, or to think you know a better way.
You want to take the wheel.
But the charts are clear. You must listen to this wise advice.
Why?
Because this mentor truly wants you to succeed. They aren't trying to control you. They are trying to guide you.
That's a big difference.
It is. It's about finding the perfect balance between hoarding your own cash in a mattress and actually sharing resources or knowledge with someone who knows the landscape better than you do.
That makes a lot of sense.
Think of it this way. If you're lost in the woods and an expert guide walks up and offers to show you the map to the treasure, you don't argue with them about the color of the map. You don't ask why the lines are blue instead of red. You just say thank you, and you follow the directions.
You don't argue about the color of the map. I absolutely love that. Put your ego aside and listen to the people who genuinely want to help you win. And, finding wealthy partners and making smart investments doesn't just happen by magic while you sit on the couch.
No, it takes effort.
You have to show up every single day and put in the real hard work. Which means we need to transition over and analyze what the charts say about your daily job and your career path this month.
Career and daily work routines are a massive focus for April.
What are the main themes there?
The themes we see in the charts are deep organization, very clear communication, stepping into bold leadership, and eventually securing new corporate deals or partnerships.
It sounds like it all starts with getting your house in order.
It does. We have to backtrack a little bit to April 10th.
Okay, April 10th.
The last quarter moon in Capricorn highlights your communication sector. Let's break down that energy.
Let's start with Capricorn. What does Capricorn bring?
The Capricorn energy is very serious, very structured, and very practical.
Okay, all business.
Think of a mountain goat slowly but surely climbing to the very top of a rocky cliff. It doesn't take shortcuts.
It just puts its head down and climbs.
Now, the last quarter moon is the phase of the lunar cycle where the moon is shrinking in the sky.
It's getting smaller.
It's a time for letting go, shedding dead weight, and cleaning house.
Okay, so serious energy mixed with cleaning house.
When these two energies combine in your professional sector, It's a giant cosmic signal to get organized.
It's time to literally and metaphorically clean your desk.
Literally clean it.
The charts say you need to review your daily emails, go through all those important documents you've been ignoring or stuffing into random folders,
Yes, tackle the inbox.
delete the junk mail, create proper filing systems, clean off your computer desktop so it isn't just a sea of random screenshots.
It makes such a difference.
And more importantly, the charts say you must speak very clearly to your coworkers right now.
Clear communication is key.
Do not assume they know what you mean. If you send a vague, one-sentence email, it will absolutely cause silly, frustrating misunderstandings. Say exactly what you need when you need it.
The primary goal on April 10 is to lay the groundwork. You are building a solid stage
You have to make sure the flyboards are nailed down tight.
so that later in the month, you have a totally safe place to stand and perform without tripping over your own feet.
That sets up the middle of the month perfectly, because on April 24, you are going to need that solid stage.
You really are?
The first quarter moon in Leo lands right in your career zone. So we go from the shrinking, cleaning energy of the last quarter moon to the building, growing energy of the first quarter moon.
Yes.
And it's in Leo,
Yes. Leo is the sign of the lion.
the king of the jungle.
It is bold, it is proud, it is theatrical, and it absolutely loves standing in the bright lights.
It wants to be seen.
When the growing energy of the main lands here, right in your career sector, you will feel a massive surge of bold confidence.
You are totally ready to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight.
It's like packing for a major hiking trip.
Okay, let's hear the analogy.
I think of April 10th, that serious Capricorn day, as the day you pack your hiking bag very carefully.
You check the map, you pack the water.
You make sure your boots are tied tight, you do all the boring, highly organized work.
Right. Why? So that 2 weeks later, on April 24, you have the total courage to climb to the very top of the mountain.
Exactly.
You stand in the sun, beat your chest, and show your boss exactly what you can do. You aren't worried about tripping on a rock because you already tied your boots tight on the tent.
You conquered your imposter syndrome by being prepared.
That is exactly how astrological transits work together in a sequence. The boring preparation creates the foundation for the bold confidence.
And the result of this bold move on April 24 is going to be massive.
Like a promotion.
It could be. Your fearless ambition will earn deep, genuine respect from your entire team. It leads to real success.
People are going to notice.
People will look at you leading that meeting or finishing that project and say, wow, they really know what they're doing. We need to follow them.
And here's the best part. When people see you shining like that, they want a piece of it.
They want to be on your team.
They want to work with you. Which brings us to a major shift just 2 days later, on April 26.
Yes, Uranus enters the sign of Gemini.
We know Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, innovation, and breaking the mold.
And Gemini is the sign of communication, networking, ideas, and the sharing of information.
So what happens when they meet?
When Uranus enters Gemini in your chart, it brings a very strong, sudden desire to connect with new people and secure new, shared business deals.
You might discover a brand new way to make money through a unique corporate partnership.
A total collaboration.
Maybe another department at your job asks to collaborate on a huge project. Or maybe an entirely different company reaches out to you on LinkedIn and says, "We love what you're doing, let's team up."
The actionable advice here is that you must stay totally open-minded.
You can't say no right away.
You have to be willing to share your power. And we have to bring this full circle.
Oh, to the beginning of the month?
Yes. Remember those intense control issues from the very beginning of the month on April 3, when you wanted to manage every tiny detail?
Oh, right. The messy closet day.
You cannot micromanage a partnership. If you try to control the other person, the deal will fall apart.
You have to trust them to do their part.
Exactly. Working together leads to a wonderful victory, but only if you allow the other person to bring their unique skills to the table. You are strong, but you are stronger together.
That is such a good lesson. So let's take a breath and look at what we've covered.
Enough and a lot.
We've talked about stepping into the bright spotlight at work. We've talked about chasing massive career goals, diving into deep financial research, fighting with emotionally detached partners, and going through very heavy, dark emotional changes.
It's exhausting just talking about it.
Carrying all of that weight takes a massive toll on a person. You cannot do all of that without your physical body feeling the impact.
Your body keeps the score.
It really does. Your shoulders get tight, your jaw clenches, you lose sleep. Finally, let's analyze the health and wellness charts for April because your body is the vehicle carrying you through all this.
You're entirely right. Your physical body absorbs everything your mind goes through.
What are the themes here?
The themes for health this month are extreme physical motivation, hitting very hard boundaries, and ultimately finding the power to break bad physical habits.
The physical motivation kicks in early. Let's look at April 9.
Okay, April 9, Mars enters the sign of Aries.
Mars is actually the ruling planet of Aries.
Yes, it is completely at home in this sign. It is pure fire, pure drive, and pure unfiltered energy.
So it's supercharged.
When the shift happens, you get a massive surge of motivation to tackle your health goals.
You're not going to be afraid to push your body hard.
Not at all.
This is the day you wake up early, you lace up your running shoes, or you go to the gym, and you completely sweat out your daily stress.
Just burn it all off.
And this ties perfectly back to those heavy, dark feelings from the first week of April. When your mind feels messy, when you're overwhelmed by jealousy or the need for control, physically moving your body is the absolute best way to clear the fog.
It's a physical release of mental tension. You're burning off the excess adrenaline.
So it's a great day to start moving.
April 9 is an excellent time to start a challenging new workout routine or totally commit to a strict new diet plan.
You'll see results quickly, right?
Your fierce energy will bring fast results. You will look in the mirror and feel strong, capable, and alive.
But, human bodies are not machines.
No, they aren't.
You cannot sprint at top speed forever. And the charts show a major roadblock a little over a week later.
Yes, a big one.
On April 19, Mars meets Saturn. Tell us about this collision.
This is one of the most challenging transits of the month. Mars wants to go fast. It wants to run, push, and conquer.
But Saturn.
Saturn is the planet of limits, brick walls, rules, and restriction. Saturn is the strict teacher of the zodiac.
So it's like a sports car hitting a wall.
Exactly. When these two planets meet in the exact same spot in the sky, Saturn throws a heavy blanket over Mars's fire. It brings heavy, highly restrictive energy to your physical vitality.
The charts say you might feel totally exhausted on this day. You wake up and your joints are stiff and tired.
You just don't want to get out of bed.
Your muscles ache. Your body just feels like it's made of solid lead. It is a powerful cosmic reminder that you cannot run at top speed every single day without breaking down.
You must force yourself to rest. You have to honor your physical boundaries.
I have to say, it is so frustrating to hit a wall like that. Let's talk about how annoying that feels.
It's very frustrating.
Especially when you were just getting fast, amazing results 10 days ago. You feel like you have all this great momentum, you're eating right, you're working out, and suddenly your body just says no.
Your body goes on strike.
How do you actually accept rest without feeling like you are just being lazy, or worse, feeling like you are totally failing your goals?
That guilt you're describing comes from the illusion of productivity. We live in a world that teaches us that if we are not constantly moving, if we are not constantly sweating and achieving, we are failing.
Right, hustle culture.
But the charts insist that forcing yourself to rest is actually a strict physical boundary. It is a rule your body is setting to protect your central nervous system.
It's a safety feature.
If you do not honor that rule, you will face serious burnout. You will pull a muscle, you will injure a joint, or your immune system will crash and you will get totally sick.
Which sets you back even further.
Think of it this way. Resting is part of the work. When you go to the gym and lift heavy weights, your muscles do not actually grow while you are lifting.
They don't.
No, the lifting just tears the muscle fibers. They only grow back stronger while you were sleeping. Rest is not laziness. Rest is the essential repair phase.
Rest is the repair phase. I really, really like that way of looking at it. It changes the whole mindset.
It takes the guilt away.
It gives you permission to just lie on the couch, drink some tea, and watch a movie without feeling an ounce of guilt. Because you are actively repairing.
Exactly.
And the charts show that if you allow yourself to repair, you get a beautiful, empowering reward at the very end of the month.
Yes, on April 28.
On April 28, Mars forms a trine with Lilith.
We talked about trines earlier, that lucky flowing triangle of energy.
Right. And what is Lilith?
Lilith is a point in the chart that represents our raw, untamed boundary-setting power. It's the part of us that refuses to be controlled by toxic things.
Oh, I like that.
When Mars, the planet of action, connects harmoniously with this raw power, it brings a fierce and highly empowering energy to your physical body.
This gives you the perfect motivation to completely destroy any bad habits that are hurting your physical body.
You just cut them out.
Maybe you realize that drinking too much wine on the Lintons makes your joints hurt and ruins your sleep, so you just decide to stop. No drama, you just cut it out.
It's just a clear decision.
Or maybe you realize that staying up until 2 a.m. staring at the glowing screen of your phone makes your eyes ache and gives you terrible anxiety, so you put the phone in another room at 9 p.m.
You just take your power back.
Exactly. This transit leads to massive, noticeable improvements in your total well-being.
Because you did the work.
Because you faced the hard emotional feelings at the start of the month, because you rested when your body begged you to, you finished the month feeling incredibly strong and deeply grounded.
What an incredible journey April is going to be.
It really is. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the whole picture of the month we just mapped out.
Yeah, let's review.
We started by opening that messy, hidden closet in your mind, pulling those dark feelings of jealousy and the desperate need for control out into the bright light so you could finally deal with them.
The hardest part.
Then we talked about relationships, finding steady, practical love with a loyal Taurus, while having the courage and self-respect to walk away from a detached, cold Aquarius who won't meet your needs.
Setting those boundaries.
You learned how to use your sharp detective mind to research deals and secure your bank account, and you learned how to swallow your pride and accept advice from a wise financial mentor.
Following the map.
You took the time to organize your desk and clear your communications so you could step boldly into the bright spotlight at work.
Building that stage.
And finally, you learned the very hard, very necessary lesson of when to push your physical body to the limit and when to force yourself to rest so you can repair.
It is a month of total top-to-bottom transformation, built step by step, day by day.
It really is. And I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over as you go about your week.
Good thing to think about.
As we look at the astro charts for April, a very clear, undeniable pattern emerges. Over and over again in your love life, in your daily physical habits, in your career path, you are being asked to destroy what is toxic to make room for what is healthy.
You have to clear the space.
You have to empty all the junk out of the messy closet before you can use that space for something beautiful. So the ultimate question the universe is asking you this month is this.
Endless.
Will you finally let go of the desperate need to control every little detail so that you can step into your true, complete personal power?
That is the absolute perfect question to reflect on. Thank you so much for sharing your time and exploring these astrological charts with us today.
Yes, thank you so much for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV. We hope you feel totally prepared and empowered for the wild, beautiful month ahead. Please make sure to subscribe right now so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. Take care of yourselves, trust the process, and we will talk to you next time.